Ukraine has claimed that Russia has amassed around 90,000 of its soldiers in Ukrainian borders. US intelligence claimed that Russia could invade Ukraine as early as next month. Understanding the geopolitical tension that is growing, G7 grouping has unitedly stood up against Russian aggression. In this video brought to you by Believers IAS Academy, we look into the various dimensions and aspects of Russian-Ukrainian conflict. Let's look into the background of the issue. Prior to 1991, Ukraine was one of the richest Soviet republics after Russia of USSR. Moreover, Crimea was one of the territories of USSR that was gifted to Ukraine as a symbol of friendship. But with the disintegration of USSR in 1991, Ukraine became an independent state and Crimea became an autonomous republic. Since then, the tussle between Russia and Ukraine over the territory of Crimea has been ongoing. Fast forwarding it to 2013, the Euromaidan movement, also known as the Ukrainian Revolution. It happened because the then president of Ukraine, Yanukovych, was a pro-Russian supporter. Therefore, all his policies and schemes were in alliance with the Russian interest. This angered the citizens of Ukraine, and the Ukrainians came on streets to protest against Yanukovych, which eventually led to the ouster of Yanukovych. In retaliation, in 2014, Russia invaded and annexed Crimea, claiming it to be a part of its own territory and nullifying the former agreement. Since then, the Western countries have been concerned over the power imbalances in Europe in relation to Russian domination. And therefore, in 2014, from 2014 onwards, Western countries have invited Ukraine to be a part of NATO. This brings us to the current context and the current scenario, where the Russia threatens to invade and annex Ukraine. This is because it doesn't want any of its neighbors to be a part of the NATO, which the Western countries are urging Ukraine to join. Let's look into the various interests of West and Russia in Ukraine. As we stated, Ukraine was one of the richest Soviet republic after Russia of USSR. Moreover, Ukraine and Russia share hundreds of years of cultural, linguistic, familial, and ethnic ties. The major reason why Ukraine is the richest resource is because it has the mine of various natural resources like iron ore, coal, crude oil, natural gas, etc., which the Russia wants it for itself. For United States and European Union, Ukraine is a crucial buffer between Russia and the West because Ukraine balances the power equations in Europe and restricts Russia from dominating. As the tensions with Russia rise, US and EU are increasingly determined to keep Ukraine away from Russian control. In this entire issue, G7 grouping have taken the limelight by proactively standing up against Russian aggression. G7 grouping, namely Japan, US, United Kingdom, Italy, Canada, Germany, and France, are the largest of IMF advanced economies, the most liberal democracies, and wealthiest nations of the world. So, what all can G7 do to stop Russia? It can sanction economic blockade against Russia. It can promote political non-cooperation against Russia with the help of other nations. It can also promote social and political isolation of Russia in various other international forums. If necessary, it can also initiate military action with the help of NATO. Moreover, the issue of annexation of Crimea have resulted in blockading of choke points of Kerch Strait and that connects Sea of Azov to Mediterranean Sea via Black Sea. As you can see, this is Kerch Strait and this is Sea of Azov that connects to the Black Sea. Yeah, so this, what happens is that it blocks the maritime trade route, it hampers the economic development, human development, and impedes the social development of the region. Therefore, the conflict between Russia and United States should not be a bone of contention in the interest of sovereignty and integrity of Ukraine. Moreover, the people living on the borders of Ukraine and Russia must not be scapegoated into this geopolitical crossfire. So let's look into what is India's position in this entire issue. India signaled that it will be backing Russia in Russian-Ukrainian conflict at 2021 UNSC summit. But realistically speaking, India, that is the aspiring democratic superpower it is, has chosen to be strategically and geopolitically neutral in this conflict. Thanks for watching this video brought to you by Believers IAS Academy. I am Darshan Prasad signing off. Thank you so much.